Sure.
Hello, everyone! Welcome back to
Hello?
another episode of Nebulous Horizons. Let's go ahead and get started right off the bat. Who wants to kick us off with a recap of last session?
Recap? Oh no.
Yeah.
I will. So the short version is that we stopped by the National Sending Office before we left town, uh, sent and received various messages, left the town and the influence of the time field shenanigans that we were under. Um, and then the following day, we were stopping at a town midway through our day. We met a dwarf who's looking for a friend of his in the village that we're heading to. That's missing. Um, from him, we learned from the note that his friend had for him, we learned that whoever the disappearances of the town people in these towns is connected with someone attempting to use dark magic / black magic / trying to contact a divine being in a not good way. Um, Shortly after leaving that town, we ran into uh, Axel, by the roadside,
Oh.
and through conversation with this person, uh, Kensu made the leap that he's actually the Axel from the Prime Deity Pantheon, the trickster god. And also through conversation with him, we've discovered that our current path is leading us toward killing a god, or at least that's what Axel believes. And if possible, we were asked to not kill that god, but save them.
All true. And that was remarkably succinct. Thank you very much.
And when Luca met the god of intelligence, she immediately recognized him as a threat because we are not alike.
That's good. And this conversation with Axel is actually not over. And we'll be picking back up in the middle of this conversation with Nadia waking up from a negatively emotional induced sleep. None of those were real words, but I think I got my point across.
Yes.
We will pick right up with Nadia. You are now sitting up in the back of the cart, and looking around you, you are stopped on the side of the main road that you're to be taking toward the first of the three villages um, listed in Kensu's report. And there is a strange man sitting on a rock that the party all seems to be engaged to. And you also see that Luca
We're all engaged to him?
in conversation.
How long was I asleep?
and
We know how fast Nadia works. You weren't asleep that long.
and in addition, you'll notice that Luca has her weapon drawn as well.
Luca is standing between Durad and this funny person sitting on a rock, and Luca is standing between them with the God Killer sword out. And her skin is ashen pale, her hair has gotten darker. There's small drips of snow that are falling from the tips of her dreadlocks. And she is unmoving, unwavering, staring at this creature, this being, and doing her job.
Luca, dear, we won't. I think we should just talk. I don't think we need to be so forward.
Nadia pops her head up. She's been lying down in the back of the cart, so her head pops up. Is just kind of watching.
Yeah, all the group members aren't particularly in welcoming stances towards this person at all.
Are we fighting?
No. Nadia, we are not fighting.
Oh, okay.
Nadia,
who are you?
what?
There's a stunned silence as two people tried to speak at the same time.
Go ahead, Nadia.
Who are you?
My name is Axel. It's a pleasure to meet you again.
Oh,
We all have the same reaction.
this is only my first cycle.
Hold on. Apparently, I am very quiet, and I have no idea why. This is not the first time I've had that brought up. Let's see.
Nadia, dear, why don't you come out here?
Nadia will swing her legs over the side of the cart, hop down. I don't think we could have met before. This is only my first cycle.
I apologize. If you could please repeat that. I was trying to see what I could do about the mic situation.
I don't think we could have met before. This is only my first cycle.
Well, you see, I've met you before you were born.
Like I said, this is only my first cycle.
Yes, I do remember that things in the Phalanx do work a little differently than out here. Before your birth was when we met. Do not worry. It is not important at this time.
You knew my mother then?
Oh, yes.
While she was pregnant with me. That's what you mean?
No. I was present before her birth as well.
He wasn't from the Phalanx at all.
No. Nadia, I am someone who is present for the pre-existence of all, not just you.
You're not the... Are you... No. You're the Weaver.
The Weaver? Oh no. I knew the Weaver before they were born. As I said, I was present at the pre-existence before all.
But the Weaver is...
He's a trickster god, Nadia.
eternal.
I'm not a trickster god. I'm the god of the spark of
That's what a trickster
intelligence,
god would say.
personality. What makes you...
Realized there was... Didn't realize there was a before the Weaver.
Oh yes.
Oh. That's weird.
suppose it is a little strange. Though, I typically don't talk about all of this too much. I'm a little more lighthearted usually, but given the topic of our conversation that you are now joining into, Nadia, it sombers.
What's the topic?
Oh, well, you see, Nadia, Axel wants us to either save or kill one of their siblings. So simple.
Your siblings.
Yes, yes, I do.
That's nice.
Preferably save.
Do you want us to kill one of them? Or not?
Preferably save, but if you have to, then yes.
Save from what?
It's difficult to say, as I don't know. I don't know the cause of why they are the way that they are now.
Well, what is the way that they are now?
A disrespect and affront to everything they once held dear, which unfortunately means a disrespect and an affront to all life.
Are they the ones turning people inside out?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Ever since whatever happened to them, the rest of us cannot find them.
Very vague, you know.
You are muted, Jason.
You want us to do
How about now?
something.
There you go. Now I can hear you. What were you saying?
Okay. To be honest, I forgot.
Well,
So you
I am a little vague, but not because I desire to be, but because the knowledge of what has happened to them is beyond me at the moment.
want us to do something, but you don't know what. To someone, but you don't know who. Somewhere, but you don't know where. Have I got that right?
Almost correct. I do know who.
But you don't know if this is the right person, even.
No, I do.
You want us to do something, but you don't know what. Because someone who you do know is doing something and you don't know what. Somewhere and you don't know where.
You have a very strange way of thinking, Nadia. I like it.
Axel, don't you think it would be beneficial to our cause if we knew what you know? As it would also benefit you.
I agree. I can only answer questions, though.
Which of your siblings is it? Oh, I didn't see you, Greg.
No. Go right ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I am absolutely sure.
All right. My
I was just saying, which one?
my brother, Theramel.
Who?
My brother, Theramel.
There.
You're supposed to know who that is.
Most should.
I believe Kensu does more than I do.
Never heard of him.
Don't we know him as the Smith?
No, that's Ergamel.
Oh, okay.
Theramel's the god of the cycle.
I've never used that word before, but yes, they are.
No,
They preside over all organic life.
That's the god whose symbol we saw after killing the hag, right?
Yes. Well, not symbol, but you saw energy that was reminiscent of. Yes.
Okay.
there's a god of the cycle.
Thane, isn't that your god?
Yes.
You follow the god of the cycle?
Well, he's a cleric of the cycle.
Yes. God of life and death and rebirth.
Theramel was the kindest of us all, the most caring. They are not that way anymore.
Are we talking about different cycles? I thought you didn't have that out here.
Not that cycle, dear. The Thane means the life, death, rebirth, life and death again. The cycle of life.
Oh, like for mortals.
Yes.
Okay.
Axel, you're telling me, you're telling us here, we have to kill or save the god of life and death. And then Durad will just kind of take a walk over to the cart and try and find some whiskey or something and excuse himself from this conversation for a minute.
It really isn't all that difficult. You have but two obstacles in front of you, and that is all. First is you must find out where Theramel is, what they are up to, what their plans are. And second, you must find a way to free yourself from his grasp. That will be the most difficult part. But should you overcome that obstacle, I see no reason you shouldn't prevail. Greg.
Since you can only answer questions, do you know of the godlings that are on our trail?
Godlings? I don't think I know this term. Describe.
Well, one is very tall, covered in bandages. The other is not so tall, carried, past tense, a big sword.
Bandages? What did this tall one with bandages look like?
He
Uh,
had bandages.
Humanoid, but I don't think we saw any facial features or other.
Out of character, you could see that the eyelids and lips were gone.
Oh.
And that they were hulking and very, very big.
Grotesquely muscular is
Grotesquely
how Thane
muscular.
would say it.
Like a JoJo character.
For it to be a JoJo character would also have to be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen every time you looked at it. That's at least the mentality.
JoJo characters.
That's just the
JoJo's fucking
mentality.
ugly.
That's just the mentality of the author. The author says that the story is an excuse for him to draw beautiful men.
Yeah, he just wants to draw beautiful men. Anyways.
Anyway, yes.
I'll relay
Sorry.
that physical description to Axel.
Axel's face looks as nonchalant as it has been for most of the conversation. but very quickly darkens as you finish your description. Did
I roll
they?
insight.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, for goddamn sure.
um,
Oh,
while I can't believe I didn't mention this like verbally to everyone uh, way back in session one. But on my end, I just have my streaming stuff up, so I can't actually see your rolls without changing windows out. So if you can just read them out to me, I'd appreciate it. That way,
I
even
got a
the people watching
7.
can hear it too.
I got a 7, and I'm using a sorcery point to reroll it, so I got a 14.
Ooh, all right.
Kensu got a
I will
22.
abstain. Oof. I'm abstaining. I'm off fishing for some whiskey.
Okay. Anyone
What
else?
kind of bait do you use for that?
Cork.
Kensu with a 22. Um, you pick up exactly what emotion is being displayed across the face of this prime deity. And it strikes you as, well, I guess I'll leave it up to you how it strikes you, but it's not something you would ever expect to see on the face of a prime deity. It looks like fear. And Axel will pause for a moment and say, did they do anything out of the ordinary?
Well, they cleaved a building in half without having to really do anything but swing a sword and
That was the other one.
he meant just that one.
Just the one. He's only talking about
Oh.
Axel.
He
Made it daytime at night.
yeah, he manipulated time to travel back.
Oh, to travel forward.
You.
True, could be one or the other.
They manipulated time.
Hmm.
It was kind of a buzzkill. There was really nice. There was a really good party going on, and then everyone was sort of upset, and they left.
You will have to excuse me. And Axel blinks into a golden light and disappears.
Well, that was strange.
I wish I had a Pokeball. I could try to capture him before he disappeared.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I mean a undescript pocket monster device not copyrighted by any sort of agency in Japan.
Love it.
A little strange.
And yet, not the strangest thing we've experienced today.
And
Yeah.
with that, a feeling of normalcy creeps upon the party.
Well, that's strange. Sorry.
Yes?
I don't know why I did it that way. How much time has it been since we left the city where we got all the cool stuff? I'm just trying to make sure I got the calendar right. I want to say we're on the 18th, but I don't.
It is still the same day you left the... Wait, did you say the capital or the last city?
No, I don't remember the name of the city, but the one we were just in.
Trissom?
Yeah.
Trissom?
It was... Ooh, hold on.
Yeah, Jason, you're muted, bud. Still.
I think he might be busy.
Trissom is the city that we were in, the big one.
Thank you.
The nameless city where we met the dwarf. We should be the evening of that day. So yeah, the 18th sounds correct. This is the evening of the 18th.
Yeah, it's around 6 to 7 p.m. Of that same day.
Got it.
Luca, pale ashen skin. Once the god disappears, Luca would approach behind Durod and give him kind of a nerd shove.
Like a shoulder check?
Basically a shoulder check.
On me, on Durod?
Yes, and then she would gesture in the direction that the god was sitting, smack herself in the head.
Turn around. What? 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 Oh, Luca, did you kill him?
Luca
What?
doesn't speak. She takes the whiskey glass from your hands, takes a large swig of it, and then hands you back what is left.
Well, it was a little rude, but okay. And I'll fill it back up to where I had it. What? Luca, what happened? Where did he go? And then start walking back.
We scared a god with bad news. Drank. Stupid. Speaking very quietly, but like enunciating every word, like she's chewing it on its way out of her mouth.
Yes.
Is that not how interactions with these sorts of people usually go?
I don't believe there's really any precedent, so we should just consider this a test run, and if it goes the same way the next time we talk to a god, then we should know that this is what we should expect.
To be quite frank, you seem like kind of a pussy.
Uni
Oh.
god.
He's the god of intelligence, not bravery. So I suppose.
Ooh.
So he just left?
Yeah, he did not like the description of the godlings that were. I didn't tell him they were after you, but once I described them to him, there was a look of fear, and then he bounced.
Hmm.
Interesting
So,
that he didn't know what we were talking about if he is the god of knowledge.
well, I think he knows what we're talking about. That's why he bailed. He's just not the god of sharing knowledge. So, I mean, the blade that Luca uh, commandeered supposedly can kill a god, so I can see why they would be scared. Maybe these are anti-gods.
That's a fair assessment.
Or just bad news. So much so that even gods want to bail on us, start over somewhere else.
Oh, why don't they just take us with them? That would be nice. Instead of telling us to go clean up their messes. Ooh.
Gerard, if you were them, would you take us with you?
No,
Yeah,
fair point.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if you're gonna start the farm over, you just start fresh with new crop, not try to carry in the old bad seeds.
Fair
And
point.
by bad seeds, I mean you, not me. I'm awesome.
Oh, no, I knew what you meant, Kensu. Ah,
Well, God or not, we still know what we have to do.
We still have a mission, yeah.
Keep going then.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I
Excellent.
mean,
Hmm.
if we do have to fight this god, Thane, how are you going to deal with that?
Get a new one?
If, and that's a big if, it comes to that. I don't know yet. We'll see.
I wonder if the
I
cycle
don't
of life and death applies to gods as well.
Not where I come from.
Thane nods to this, but like nodding to himself slightly and then more firmly and goes, "It does."
Luca
He's
observes for a moment. Oh, go ahead, Thane.
If he's corrupted, I will fix it.
All right.
Here we go.
Well, screw Axel. We don't need him.
I'm not inclined to believe a trickster god without proof.
Fair enough.
He supplied none.
We should just take everything with a grain of salt then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unverifiable information.
Luca.
If you needed salt, maybe we should have raided the. What was that merchant's name?
The one that was inside out.
Yes, what was his name?
Darius? Darius.
Right, so
Darius,
maybe we
yeah.
should have raided his stores then if we need salt
No,
or something.
I don't think. No, that was more figurative. But I did borrow some of his spices if we, if we do need salt.
Oh, goodness. Well,
We should probably call it a night.
Yes.
is it afternoon or is it night?
It's
It's
around
evening.
7-ish p.m.
I mean, call it a night as in no more traveling, not go to bed this early. I don't think you could sleep if you wanted to, Gerard.
What?
I mean, once you have enough of your whiskey, you'll be fine. But right now, you're probably not going to go to sleep.
No, you're right. There's too much. There's too much to think about. Thane, do you suppose that Theramel is trying to prevent his cycle from ending?
Maybe even gods fear death.
No. No, he's not.
Hmm.
I don't know. Let me think on it tonight. Thane will go to the edge of the road and begin to mark out a circle on the ground and sit in it for a while and meditate.
Ooh. What are you meditating on?
The ground? I mean,
The subject
No.
with which you are meditating.
The circle's more like it's the symbol of his amulet. He just marked it out on the ground and then is sitting in the middle of it. He's meditating on what Kentu said and what the trickster god said, and trying to reconcile that with how he saw Theramel the last time he saw him.
If you'd like, you can roll me a history check, and I'll answer you any questions about stuff that Thane might have seen the last time they saw Theramel.
No, it's still pretty vivid.
Okay.
At least parts of it. I'm mostly just doing. I already rolled a wisdom check with disadvantage if I believed Axel or not. That came up as an 8. So no, I don't.
Got it.
But I'm going to sit here and do it with myself this evening. So I'll do it again just to see if I believe it. If a part of me believes it somewhere.
Got it. Do you all look for a place in town to pay for a room, or do you camp on the outskirts? It is kind of like a small outpost that's designed for travelers. It doesn't actually have a whole lot of permanent residents.
Zeke, I
For
PM'd you.
town.
Oh, thank you very much for the heads up.
What did you say, Gerard?
Uh,
Oh, I said I would probably vote for the town.
can I get everyone's passive, please?
18.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
13.
Okay.
18 as well.
Okay.
10.
Okay. Everyone except Nadia notices that Luca wanders off, not far from the party, but wanders off toward the edge of the woods. Greg?
When I had that one sending stone sent to its destination, was I given a time frame on how long the delivery would take?
12 to 24 hours.
Okay. And it has definitely not been that thus far.
No, it has not, but you're not too far away from the 12-hour mark.
Okay. All right.
After a little bit, Nadia will start looking around for Luca to try and find her, to keep teaching her common.
Rod would have tested out his little earwig. Luca. Luca, are you okay?
There would be some fumbling noise over the line, a hushed curse in Elvish, and then I am watching.
What are you watching for? For Axel to come back? Or perhaps danger?
There would be no response. You might even be able to see her. Like, she's not exceptional at stealth, but she's just chilling deeper into the shadows and the woods, like, the entire trip. And if it looks like people are gonna go into town, she does not look like she is going into town.
Okay.
Do you see where Luca went?
No, she's out in the woods. She's right over there. And I'll point where I can see her in the shadows.
I see her when she's pointed out to me.
Yes.
I'll go and find her and sit down next to her.
Don't wander too far, you two.
Nadia just sort of waves her hand vaguely in response as she walks away.
Rod,
Yes, Kensu.
do you think, I mean, the last time we stayed in a town, we brought trouble with us. Do you think we should perhaps stay outside the town just in case? Or do you think it's not a concern?
Kensu, at this point, I feel like everything's a concern. And you bring up a very valid point. Perhaps we just bed outside of town.
I mean, I'm okay with that. But
Off the beaten path a little bit.
yeah.
Try to
Not
make
so much
ourselves
that people
scarce.
can steal us in the middle of the night, but if we do get attacked by godlings, I don't want to bring this kind of damage to other people.
Hang on, here. And then let's go find a nice little spot then.
Fair enough.
Funny enough, not too far. Oh, I apologize. Go ahead.
I was just say Luca rolls a 14 on survival to find a campsite.
Oh, you were in the woods.
She is. She is staying around the party, but not close to them, and staying very quiet. and holding very still and just keeping watch on the woods. And when she does move, she tends to teleport in a misty step rather than run across like open ground.
Let's go.
Nadia will say, I think, very quietly in Elvish, "Who are we waiting for?"
Trouble.
Particular trouble or just general?
Whatever this place has to throw against us. Gods, godlings, monsters.
I know I'd be worried if I were you. It's your job to protect Arad, and we've seen a lot of new dangerous things in the past couple of days.
I will
But
keep you all safe.
I know.
But I
As
don't know how to fight gods.
Well, the
It,
sword is a good start.
best start we have.
It can't be that much trouble if it's apparently possible. If a god has to ask us to try not to, if we can, then it can't be that hard. Or he wouldn't be asking us to consider alternatives.
We need to be very serious about what is expected of us, about who apparently expects it of us. These are the lean times. These are the times when the weak fall aside. We will not be weak. I will not be weak.
I feel like the people who always say things like that are the people who end up dying very early on in the story. If you're too good at protecting people, the fates will cast you aside to keep things interesting.
Oh, this is a great team.
You'll be fine.
Luca
We're,
go back to being quiet and looking out into the woods, and there's just the barest hint of snowfall around her head, visible only for seconds before it dissipates.
as Luca and Nadia settle down to for what is presumably the long haul of a lookout to keep an eye
not,
out for danger. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Nadia rests her head on Luca's shoulder.
Aw.
Bah.
And the rest of the party begins to set up camp, a suitable spot not more than 20 feet away from where Thane had sat down to begin to meditate. Which, after about half an hour, you would finish, Thane. And I will message you here in a bit, a little bit about your the details of what you get from that. And the party begins to settle down as dusk turns into the start of night. And as everyone begins to settle in. Thane, you and you know how strange this is, knowing your character. You fall asleep.
Yeah, that's not wrong.
And I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Boy. It's a will save. Oh, wait, hold on. Well, that would be a 7.
All right, night 1. This will be great.
Yeah.
This is at the. Oh yes, Jason.
I PM'd you. That's all I had to say.
Okay, hold on. Oh, we'll get to that.
Later.
Okay. Thane.
Yeah.
We'll first describe this from your perspective.
Okay.
You begin to have a dream. And in this dream, you see yourself first in third person and then in first. Except for you're looking at yourself from eyes that are not your own.
Okay.
And you see yourself turn toward you, and a wicked grin grows across your face. And then everything goes black. From the perspective of the rest of you, as no one has quite fallen asleep yet, as it's just the start of the night, and the camp has only just recently been finished being set up. You all see Thane, who is sitting down, getting ready to assist with getting food ready, just slumps over and is seemingly unconscious. Before they lift their head up, and you all notice something. And hold on while I
Sorry.
pull this up.
We don't notice anything. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, nothing to see.
Just keep it moving.
Run away.
Oh no.
You know.
Common D&D etiquette means we give latitude to people who are possessed and or whatever mind control, whatever makes somebody do something.
You all see as Thane lifts their head up. Their eyes are still closed. And you see Thane's veins on their arms start to glow a sickly white. And you see, starting at the fingernails, crawling up ever so slowly, skin is turning completely pale white. And you see the mushrooms on Thane's body begin to turn white with oozing black spots and stripes that not only are visual but even seem to drip off and hit the floor with a sizzle. And as Thane slowly opens their eyes, it is nothing but a black, pitiless void.
Thane, what's going on? Got some special powers that you're trying out, or
You could
Hey,
say
not here
that.
now. Leave a message after the beep.
Pardon the
Special,
speak?
special powers. You could say that. Well, I never imagined being able to move finally would feel this good.
Tasha's hideous laughter. Done.
Done. Just go.
No, I do not like this at all.
Jordan, if you could please roll just a straight d20 for Thane for me.
Okay.
was that said with us hearing it in Thane's voice or a different voice?
Thane's voice, but like it's like Thane was doing a voice, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a
The
3.
3.
Ooh. Then you see this form buckle for a moment and hit the ground and begin to laugh. No. And then begins to stand back up. Still giggling, but holding it in. You almost got me there, Durad. But no. It's my turn to run free. Thane's taking a nap now. And then begins to hit the floor again as your spell creeps over. And they hit the floor and begin laughing while prone.
Kensu, all the rope that we have, everything. Luca, Nadia, we gotta cut him down. We'll tie him down. He can't go anywhere. And I'll book it to start grabbing everything I can to hold Thane to wherever we need to hold him to. Tie him to the fucking wagon wheel.
As Durad and Kensu begin to move with haste, Luca and Nadia, you would see this in the distance, hearing muffled words that you can't quite make out until the very clear and obvious cackling.
Oh, Luca, I think we found your danger.
Luca would look to where they are currently bundling Thane into a pile and would look in the direction of the mad cackling. And she would gesture to Nadia, like, let's go, and run in the direction of the mad cackling.
Nadia'll run too.
As the two of you approach with much haste, I assume, the four of you gather around Thane, who is still cackling as their back is up against the wagon wheel and they're currently tied.
Can I cast Hold Person?
You can.
It's he's a cleric, so it's a wisdom saving throw.
Roll me a straight d20, please.
Spell save so low.
17.
Oh, you
It's
see mid laughter as you can see the arc of your spell traveling through the air toward Thane. You see with like a free hand as Durad and Kensu are still trying to tie them down as they're wrestling and moving, flits your spell out of the sky. Just swats it. And proceeds to continue cackling.
What has a hold?
Can I do it again?
Yeah, if you got the spell slots, go for it.
We've been traveling for a day and I haven't used any of my spell slots all day.
Go for it.
Yeah, let's get silly. Let's.
I'll need another d20 there, Jordan.
15.
What's your spell save DC?
16.
It's what?
16.
again, swats it out of the sky.
Motherfucker.
Get him, Nadia. I mean, me. I mean, him. Whatever it is.
The
Can I-
laughing stops. What were you about to say?
Can I cast Detect Magic to tell if he's different than the Thane I already know?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, that's one more spell. Detect Magic. Wow.
Awesome.
What does his magic look like?
I assume this is using a spell slot to not wait, right?
Oh, I'm doing it. I don't think I can ritual. I can't ritual cast Detect Magic.
Oh, okay. You cast Detect Magic, and there is something strange. You see the weave itself bending like light around a black hole around the form of Thane.
Are
Where
you,
it's stretched and distorted and wrapped around Thane's outline.
I remember correctly, Thane was very much like the absence of the weave.
Yes, this, instead of an absence, appears to be actively pulling in magic, but it itself is still not magic.
Yeah.
There's still an absence, but now there's like a almost like an attraction in addition to the absence.
Event Horizon.
Yes.
Nadia's gonna go and stand over him and kind of tilt her head a little. You Theramel, or are you one of the fellows we met at the bar?
I'm Thane. Well, at least one part, anyways.
You're not?
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, Thane, this body is excellent. Oh.
I'll ask you again, are you Theramel?
No, I am Thane.
Gosh.
How long have you been Thane?
About 40 seconds.
Who... That is a good one. Who were you before that?
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
Who were you before that?
No one but an asleep thought. An imagination that had yet to take form.
What thought was it?
Sweet life.
I go pick up Thane's gourd.
Oh, what you gonna do there, Darad?
Shove me in it. Don't listen to me. I'm not even conscious.
Can I
That's a
reach
good
down and
idea,
take
though.
his crown off?
You grab the crown and pull, and it seems firmly affixed to the head.
Well, that's very tricky.
I'm
Is
going
Thane,
to.
like, tied up on the ground?
That's a good question. Did you guys tie him to the wagon or just up against the wagon? But
To something, I would imagine we tie him to something that he can't
Yeah.
move.
okay, so yeah, probably like to the wheel, like around the axle itself.
Like even hog tied.
Ooh.
I am going to boop his gourd.
That's not a euphemism, or
Oh.
Nope, it's
You make your roll. Jordan, if you could please tell me the rarity of the gourd real quick.
well, I don't have a roll for that.
It's in bio on your character sheet.
Is it a roll?
At least Yeah, it has % chance of success, so you just roll a d10 and see what happens.
It's unique.
I didn't write down a rarity for you.
No.
Oh, it would be uncommon at the moment.
Okay, so let me fix that then. So uncommon then.
Is this a he's not holding it, right?
Correct.
All right, so then it doesn't fail. I don't have to roll.
Oh, it's only on held objects. Sweet. Then yeah, the magic.
All yeah, negative 10% chance of failure if it's not being held. An uncommon is a 10% chance of failure. So that means
Got it. Then yeah, the gourd loses all magic, which you still have your detect magic up, so you can see that it stops.
and then I will go boop his crown.
It fails.
Hmm,
It is still on my head.
true. But that means I know how powerful it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's an artifact.
Thane,
Yes.
like games.
I don't know. I'm just now experiencing the world. And you know, I thought being tied up would suck, but it's an experience as well.
I know, right? Well, anyways, are you the sort of thing that can lie?
Well, if I was, I wouldn't tell you. But yes.
Am I still unconscious?
The little messenger
Still-
devices, like, are those? Does everybody hear those whenever we activate them?
You may choose to exclude or to use all of them. Or to direct the message to all of them.
Luca just says, "Figure it out, or I solve the problem."
Give me a moment.
Thane,
Now,
you hear Luca's voice in your mind, and you start to wake up, and you are seeing yourself, except you're all white with black eyes. But you heard Luca's words.
All right.
You want to re-roll me that charisma save?
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely want to try to do that. That's 14.
Nadia's sitting on Thane right now.
You see, everyone sees Thane's eyes turn back to normal before blinking back to black. No, it is still my turn. You get to use this body every day. Thane, you hear this.
Well, he's not very good at sharing, is he?
Apparently not.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yes. Well, I still have ears to listen.
Not the sort of creature that can lie.
Really?
Mm. I'd like to play a game with you, a question game, but it's not going to be fun unless you're on equal footing.
So you're
Is it?
saying you don't want me to lie?
I'm saying I want you to make a deal with me. You won't lie. Deals are very important for the kind of creature that I am, Thane.
I see. Well,
They
then,
mean a lot.
I suppose if you put it like that, go fuck yourself.
I will boop only over to
Coming.
Kensu. Kensu, should we just knock this fucker out and wait till Thane wakes up?
Yeah, we're gonna have to resort to something violent because magic's not working.
Hmm.
Is that private between the two of you?
hmm I mean,
I would have asked. Yeah, I would have just asked Kensu if we should knock him out. Well, I already know where Lucas stands. Lucas says we have to fix it, or
When this being curses at Nadia. Like a quarter second later, Luca is beside Thane, and she just it's gonna be an attack roll, but she reaches out and attempts to pull Thane's gaze away, and then hit him very hard.
Good cop, bad cop.
Nice. Yeah, it'll be
Twin, bad twin.
at advantage since Thane is currently restrained.
I'm sitting on his legs.
Rod, I think the situation is about to take care of itself.
I am going to rage.
God.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Don't accidentally crit.
You don't talk shit about my tribe sister.
25.
Yes, that hits.
You were saying?
I was gonna say something, but you finish.
Luca's unarmed strike. I don't know if Thane is also taking this damage. I hope not. That'd be real convenient. But Luca does 7 unarmed strike damage.
Okay. Before I describe what happens next, because it will depend, you can remake that charisma save with advantage.
Oh, okay. That's 8.
Okay, this is what happens. You hit. How are you hitting? Like fist or using like the butt end of your axe? What are you doing?
Luca just reaches out, takes under Thane's chin, and gently but firmly turns his head, and then just cranks Thane across the jaw.
You hit Thane. Clear, crisp, good hit. And you think you even hear like a hairline little crunch in the nose. And head goes back exactly like you're expecting. And Thane, instead of being knocked out, tilts their head back toward you and says, "Good, a fight, but I can hit harder." And then I need you to make a strength saving throw.
I'm raging, so I do have advantage.
You sure do. Thank God for rage.
Does this count as my Devil's Bargain negative initiative?
No.
I
There it
rolled
is.
a 25 on my strength saving throw.
Luca's a beast.
As what happens next happens, for you are as a tree rooted deep into the earth, resolute against the storm, and you hold fast. As the rest of you see all of the grass in about a 300-foot line behind Luca all flattens out and like moves for a moment, and all of you hear the sound of air rushing in to fill the vacuum that is behind Luca. You take no damage. You are not moved.
Damn. Go, Luca.
Yes.
Intense.
Not only a fight, but a good one. Yes. Go ahead. Oh, we got a couple hands up. Nadia first.
Can I very gently pull his chin back towards mine?
As long as
Like the exact same.
Yes.
Oh, they both have things.
You absolutely can. Let's pause for 1 second.
They're trying to do camera shenanigans.
Kensu.
Can I position myself in such a way that I can have a straight line to me and Thane without anybody else?
Yes.
With him being tied up, Would he have disadvantage on a dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do my breath weapon and see if that does anything.
All right. One moment. Let me hear what everyone's going to do first so I can resolve it all out. Durad?
We just all beat the piss out of Thane.
Everyone grab a stick and don't stop until it stops moving.
Knocking someone out takes a long time in 5e, guys.
Uh, question: the voice, does it sound like the voice of the guy with the God Killer sword? It,
The tonation, yes, but it's still in Thane's voice.
because I'm picking up like the wording and the desire for a good fight, and that's exactly what that motherfucker was doing.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let the rest of us know.
You better hope not, because he was looking for you, Durad.
I mean, I was just talking to him. He didn't say nothing about it.
He did call you out by name, too.
He did.
Yeah, Nadia grabs his chin gently and is gonna move it so that his face is facing hers again and go, how about we do a different kind of game? I'll ask you a question, and if I don't like your answer, one of my friends will do something to you. And if I do like your answer, you can ask me a question back.
That actually sounds like fun.
It's the point of a game, isn't it?
I suppose it is. Upon hearing all that, do you still breath weapon?
I'll wait.
Okay.
How about the rest of you? Does that sound like a good game?
Absolutely.
Durad will reach in his coat and then start putting on his glove.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's see where this goes.
With my hand on his chin, can I let it colder and colder and colder?
Yeah.
Just to the edge of where it might start to hurt.
Okay. You see no reaction from Thane at all.
Are you one of the fellows who we met in the bar?
Nope.
That was my other.
As I said, I'm Thane, and I only just now get to experience this world.
You've never experienced this world before?
Nope.
Any other worlds?
Nope. Greg?
And even though his face is directly pointed at hers, is it possible to do insight on these answers?
Absolutely, yes. 100%. 100%.
22 insight for Durad.
Ooh. Ooh.
That was what I was gonna ask, Greg. I was like, I want to roll insight on this motherfucker while he's lying to Nadia.
Are you specifically trying to ascertain the truth, or also... Because it'll change the DC. Are you trying to ascertain his intention, whether or not he's telling the truth, or both? Obviously, the DC would be higher with both, but you did roll high. I'll let you pick.
I just want truth.
Telling the
Because
truth.
right now, intention seems very set on just being an asshat.
Fair enough. Telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Fair's fair. I've asked you a few questions. Do you have any for me?
Well, let's see here. I know Thane finds you interesting, but it's my turn now. And I gotta know.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned a ballad before. What kind of story are you a part of? Witch.
No story right now. I'm trying to keep it that way.
Well, aren't you a bad girl? You're not a part of the story. Is that what you're doing here? Wow, you have guts. I'll give you that. Craig.
In the earwig, I would say to Just a Rod, is it possible this is the hag? That's the only other person we've heard call her a witch.
So you're onto something. And then I'll boop over to Luca. I'll boop in. Does it have to be one or all, or can we selectively choose who not to?
I think originally I wrote it as one or all, but I'm just going to retcon that. It makes more sense just for you to have free reign over it.
Right. Got Tensu and Luca on channel 2 here.
Breaker.
Loud and clear. Tensu, do you want to run that by Luca?
Luca, I'm wondering if the person possessing Thane might be the hag, because only the hag has ever referred to her as witch.
You would hear a whisper back from Luca. Not strong enough. Not big enough. Not enough energy.
Fair enough.
Turn again. I don't think Thane knows about the ballad. So how do you?
Well,
How do you? Where did you hear about it?
My creator gave me a little care package of knowledge to get me started. Otherwise, I'd be nothing more than a little baby walking around in a full-grown Thane's body.
Who's your creator?
Don't know.
You seem very certain that you have one.
Oh yeah. It's a feeling.
What's it feel like?
Jason?
After this back and forth, I want to boop over to Nadia.
After this question?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Could you repeat the question for me? Oh.
I just love the image of us all having codex from Metal Gear Solid, where it's like a subliminal mic on the throat.
We're all just humming at each other.
Could you repeat the question, Pete?
When he said, I asked him, how does he know he has a creator? He said, just a feeling. And I said, what's it feel like?
Oh, okay. Kind of lean back for a moment. And... I suppose it feels like a connection to something bigger than yourself.
Any idea what's on the other end of the line?
Well, if it can make me, it must be pretty fucking awesome. Other than that, I don't know.
How long have you been waiting for your chance to take over?
A day or two.
And you've just been existing in Thane all that time?
Sleeping, feeding, gaining enough to wake up.
What do you feed on?
Why, the life force that lives within us all.
So Thane's life force.
No, Thane is special, you see. Matter of fact, I don't think any of you would even survive if I lived inside you. You'd probably implode on yourself like little paper bags. No, it's More what Thane feeds himself, but instead I get a chance to feed.
Like a parasite.
Less of a parasite and more of a, we'll call it a symbiotic friendship. I mean, Thane could never hope to be as powerful as I am. Anytime Thane is in trouble, I'll hop out and give him a little hand. After all, I don't want to die. So it's mutual, you see.
That makes sense then. You've been very good. Do you have another question for me?
Sure.
Well,
Can
hang on. How does everyone else like these answers?
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight, but answer-wise, they're fine.
If I'm being blunt, Nadia, I don't like anything he's saying. Because that's not Thane.
Do you think he's telling the truth?
I believe he's telling the truth.
Or at least that he believes he is telling the truth.
That's nearly
Question.
as good.
Yes,
Is it dark yet?
it is.
Okay. So there's no sunlight.
Ross.
Luca would do the chin thing again. We're just gonna give Thane that torsion from moving his head around.
Oh, so it's your turn.
You protect Thane. You protect your own interests.
Of course.
Speaking in common because Thane doesn't speak Elvish.
Very good. You would be correct. I'll keep Thane safe. I have no reason to see any ill will toward him.
You do not wish to die.
No. I only just got this life. I don't want it to end so soon. Would be anticlimactic.
Protect Thane. Protect us. And if you're going to betray us, come after me first. Because if you become too dangerous, I'm the one that Durad will send.
I'm not against the idea, but why do you want me to protect you all? What do I get out of it? Protecting Thane, of course, but the rest of you, why?
But you don't like my company. Not enough?
You're alright. Luca, you're better than alright. Durad... Kensu... We'll see. I haven't had a chance to get to know you. I only know Thane's memories.
If you are to be around us, you will be useful. Or you will be excised.
Do you know how without killing your friend?
Thane's
I don't know
not
if
my
not killing our-
friend.
I was going to say, I don't know if not killing Thane is Luca's priority.
Did you hear that, Thane? Luca's not your friend? Thane, you do hear that.
Oh yeah, I can hear everything.
This whole conversation you can hear.
Fuming, but I can't do anything about it.
It has been long enough that you can try another charisma save.
Luca will hit him again if it gives him advantage.
While, yes, you don't know that Thane's making the save right now.
But Luca wants to hit him right now.
Okay.
Do it. But I want to hit him.
He got an 18.
An 18 will miss. Or, not miss per se, but you'll hit, and this other Thane will take it like a champ. Ooh, your first had a little bit more oomph.
Shouldn't it have been made with advantage? Because
You're raging.
yeah, that too.
And restrained.
And yeah.
The result was lower.
Okay.
Meh.
Luca just says, Thane is useful. If you're ever more dangerous than Thane is useful, I will come for you.
You've been very good.
Thane rolled 16, by the way.
16.
Yeah.
You will see him say, "Well, since you said it was my turn, that's fine, but instead of a question for you, I have a question for Thane. Let me at least get my question out."
That's not how the game works.
And the white will slowly recede until it is nothing more than the veins. And those will slowly turn back to normal. And Thane's head droops for a moment and then rises up with her eyes looking normal. Thane, you are back in control of your character.
Okay.
Leia's still straddling him. Good morning.
It's not light yet. Thanks.
How much of that did you hear?
How much damage did you do to me those last 2 times?
You have taken 0 damage.
I haven't taken any damage? He said it did 7 damage the first time.
Oh, yeah. So you could actually see the little trickle of blood and the nose being a little bit crooked, but as the color fades away, Thane's nose looks perfectly fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Nadia. Do it again. So tell me again.
How much of that did you hear?
About the time you tied me up, I think. Before that was a bit hazy. Or before that was nothing.
You know who that was?
I have my suspicions.
You want to share him?
I believe it's important to share them, Thane.
Yeah, give me a minute. I don't want to give you a half-cocked answer. He closes his eyes a minute and goes still.
Nadia does
Don't
not
close
move.
your eyes.
I believe he's checking his backstory.
He's looking at himself. Where did this come from?
You know exactly where it came from.
Okay, so it did come from. He
Thane,
opens his
Overall, you
eyes
did
again.
feed it the last time you ate.
Yeah, that's true. Thane opens his eyes again and says, "Yeah, my suspicions are confirmed. It's a parasite that I picked up, but I didn't expect it to be able to take over. That's new information.
Where'd you pick it up?
The
Face is
night,
about 4 inches away from his.
the night the hag attacked.
Oh, when you went into the shadows.
Yes.
Oh! Oh, I have an idea.
Did you
Are you
say
waiting
something?
for us to ask you what the idea is, or are you just pausing for dramatic effect?
I haven't decided.
Oh,
Um, the magic that we were dealing with, it came from the in-between place. I wonder if this thing too, if it came to Thane when everyone else was gone for a second and then came back, and Thane didn't. Do you remember where you were when you got magicked away by the hag?
yeah, I do. He Thane
And in between?
no, not in between. Somewhere else. That was where I met Theramel, like I told you before. He's frowning now, and it's getting deeper. I wasn't inclined to believe that he was corrupted before. It seems like I have my proof now, though.
Thane,
Yes.
you understand why I do this.
What's he doing?
Luca's
What's Luca
not
doing?
doing anything.
Oh.
Luca thinks that you remember all the beating she laid upon you.
Oh, yeah. Thane, when you hit me,
Yes.
Thane nods, says, yeah, that was the right.
And when I threatened to break you.
Oh, yes.
Good. You understand.
Probably should leave me tied up tonight.
You want me to
Just
keep
I have
sitting
no
on you?
problem with that.
You want me to keep sitting on you?
If you want. Not like I can stop you.
Wasn't a yes or a no. Their consent is important, you know.
Ah, goodness. Do not bother with me right now. Not you. I have other things in my mind.
Did you repeat that?
Jordan,
Or
Tell me again.
did you repeat that?
Uh, thing. Thing said that. He says you're not bothering me right now. I have other things on my mind. You can stay or go somewhere. I, the concept of what you're talking about isn't. It's not getting through to Thane right now. He seems distracted heavily.
Alright, I'm gonna sit on him until he tells me not to.
Okay.
Dear diary.
That was good. Sorry.
That's good.
Okay.
So what's the plan? Everyone gonna go to sleep?
Rod will go grab. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying if I can sleep, I'm going to try my best.
Rod will go grab his whiskey bottle, and I'm just gonna go read a book.
God, you drink a lot.
Not a lot. I sip.
You do it a lot.
Flavor's quite good.
No, it isn't.
If you have a refined palate, yes. You can taste all the notes.
No one drinks alcohol for the taste. Least of all you.
It's like nobody does drugs for the hangover. No, yeah, I feel like you have the situation under control here. I'm out. I'm leaving to go. I'm just. I'll see you all in the morning. And then
Almost as
Durad
good as
will.
avoiding questions as Axel was.
I didn't hear that.
Yes, you did.
I beg to differ.
Oh,
And then I'll go enter my tent,
Luca
and that's
has
where I will go.
Luca has jogged off in the woods to keep watch.
all right. Kensu?
Nadia is
Nadia?
still sitting on Thane.
I am going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna try my sending stone in the morning.
Okay.
I'm gonna sort of rest my head and I guess the crook of his neck and start trancing. Make myself comfortable.
Like a cat sitting on somebody's face.
Oh my!
I'm not sitting on his face.
If I fits, I sits.
Oh my god.
How tall is Thane?
If I-
Not as tall as Nadia and Luca. You guys are like what,
Nadia's pretty
7'2"?
tall. We're both 6 feet.
No, you guys are taller than that.
We're 6 feet.
Yeah.
Thane's 5'8".
6 feet is still tall. Quite tall, especially for a woman.
You guys are 2 inches taller than Durad.
Yeah,
Are we the
I think
tallest?
Thane's the shortest.
Yeah.
Thane's 5'8", so you're bigger than he is.
Nadia, no, it's just like a weighted blanket. Kind of
and
makes yourself comfortable in his lap.
and with that, there is a very different type of evening, and some of you sleep, some of you don't, all for various reasons. And the morning comes, and Thane, nothing has happened to you. You are perfectly fine.
Uh-huh. Perfectly fine. Alrighty then.
Upon gathering all of your things and getting them ready, the only thing left to know is whether you untie Thane.
If he's Thane in the morning and Nadia is still there, then yeah. We should untie Thane before we leave.
Thane, you can now finally stretch what are probably very aching limbs.
Nadia gets up and also stretches.
Yeah. Not complaining about it though.
Do that.
Ooh, I think I heard a roll.
That was a Luca roll.
Oh.
Zeke, is an 11 a high enough survival roll to catch like a brace of small animals in the night?
Sure, you can find some small game with an 11.
In the morning, like probably Nadia would be the first person to wake up to it because she tranced relatively early in the evening. But Luca returns. Her hair is a brighter, more reflective shade of copper. She looks tired. She looks stressed. And she looks happy. as she immediately begins cooking a large breakfast that she has gathered in the night. Right after she unties Thane, just matter of factly.
Did you get it out of your system?
Not yet.
Hunting helped, though.
Food helps. Fall time. Plenty of food. It takes concentration to maintain one season. And once I change, I tend to go through all of them.
Why do you bother concentrating on keeping one, then?
Preference, usefulness, seasonability. Different seasons have different uses at different times.
If you're struggling to protect, it must feel good to be able to provide, at least.
Food helps. She's cracking like small nuts with her knuckles and putting them into a cook pot.
If ever we got Nebulous Horizons merch, I need a shirt that just says "Food helps." That's it. Just food helps.
Good Lord, North!
What? What did I miss?
What? Some
You're missing the Jester's Corner.
Oh no.
It's pretty bad. Zeke,
No.
did Durad have a good time reading?
Yes, Durad did have a good time reading.
Cool. Anything?
Such a good time that I will talk with you after session.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Give me a vibe on that so I know how to proceed out of my tent.
I can't because I can't. Hold on. Let me message you something. I just realized there was no way I was going to be able to say what I wanted to say without spoiling.
Spoilering my character.
Yeah.
Spoilering. That's a good one. That would be the other one. The other merch. Spoilering. It would have just been about the being that inhabited Thane.
Got it.
Being it a thing of intellect, I would ask for the knowledge. I would be seeking knowledge from it.
This is the vibe.
That's it. So, yeah. Well, Durad would come up out of his tent with a very empty whiskey bottle. Yeah, I know I don't drink a lot.
Didn't see that one coming.
It helps to dull everything that's dying around everything. Thane, how are you feeling this morning?
Like myself. But I
That's
could have
very
said
good.
that last night too before it took over.
You sound like yourself, so that's promising.
Welcome.
Oh, Luca, that smells wonderful.
Luca is cooking a decent amount of very greasy meat, including a large, very flat, very recognizable beaver tail.
Nice.
I've heard that's good eating.
I don't know. Never had them. Smell good. Crispy.
like fried chicken.
Like fried chicken. Oh my gosh. You all enjoy some absolutely wonderful cooking um, by a copper-haired Luca. And after untying Thane, enjoying some breakfast, gathering up camp, and getting back on the road, you consult your map and you realize you're only about a 4 hour ride away from the first of the three towns. And those hours pass with no further ado. Nothing out of the ordinary happens, and you arrive. And as you approach, I am going to.
Anybody traveling alongside Luca would notice that in this season, she has her own personal breeze, like constantly wind tousled hair.
It's so
Eh,
cool.
Luca, are you doing okay? You seem to be changing a lot rather quickly.
It will be over soon.
That's what real elves do.
Sorry?
So that's what real elves do, Durad.
That's right. I suppose. I've never met an elf that can change like that. And I've met plenty, including myself.
Um, if you will direct your attention to the map that is pulled up here, you are
Shit.
all approaching from the south side of this map. It's not a very big village. There are there is a windmill next to a field of crops that, from the distance, is kind of hard to make out, but has a purplish blue hue. And there are a few buildings off to the side, and some smaller homes further off beside that. But as you approach and you double and triple check your map, this small village is it. And you can take it away from here. What do you all do as you enter into this town? And
Are there still signs of nobody being in this town?
that is correct.
This isn't Fairdale.
This is not Fairdale. This is one of the three towns that were affected by people just disappearing.
Are these crops, Zeke?
They are.
Luca will rush over behind the rows of plants and start harvesting.
Excellent.
Oh.
As it's all ready to be picked, there's no roll needed. They're probably maybe a week overripe, but still looking quite delicious. They're all grapes. It looks to be a vineyard.
I'd like to investigate that building right there.
All right. One moment. We seem to have lost Jordan.
Can you refresh my memory on how I put my marker on the map?
So you click on your name, not token, name in journal, and then slide it out onto the map.
I tried that. Did it? Oh, now it wants to work. Now it wants to work.
Mm-hmm.
Now it respects you.
Yeah, because the DM told it to. Why am I so small? So tiny.
That is odd. You should auto fit, but I will fix it. And shloop.
Oh, and it's like gonna auto snap. That's nice. Okay. This this building here before the crops, is that like a grain silo?
You aren't sure what's on the inside, but it is a windmill right there, south of the
Okay.
road.
Ooh, emergency.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. Oh,
Oh.
shit. Tornado?
Yeah. Apparently, a tornado is rolling by Jordan. Um, you know what? Now is as good a time as any to take our intermission, and then I'll see if I can get in contact with him and see what's going on. Let's come back at 8:35, so 14 minutes from
15 minutes.
now. And give me one moment while I move us all over to intermission. Hello, everyone. Um, Unfortunately, a tornado has gone directly over where Jordan is. So he is grabbing his family and getting to safety. So we're going to go ahead and cut the stream short for this evening, as one, obviously, we're going to be looking after Jordan's safety and the safety of his family. And two, for the story, we're about to hit a really fun, kind of climactic first juncture in the major quest that everyone is currently working towards. So I want everyone present for that. So we want to thank you all for watching, and hope you all have a wonderful evening, and hope you had as much fun as we did. And with that, bye everyone.
Bye.